You guys ever seen a five unassisted put out at first?
Five unassisted, like a third baseman unassisted put out at first base.
Yep. Well, not technically at first base, but well. Anyway, what I'm getting at is the other day in the Phillies game, which I'm sure we all watched. You guys might just be blanking on
I
it.
had this thing.
Yeah. It was a bunt play. The opposing pitcher bunted. Michael Franco, our third baseman, charged in so far that he grabbed the ball and tagged the pitcher out on his way to first. You ever seen anything like that? It
Who was
was.
hitting? Was it like Pablo Sandoval who was running the bases? I mean,
I don't know who was running the bases, but it was. I mean, it was the pitcher bunting. I'll try to figure out who that was.
that was the pitcher. Okay, I didn't know.
Yeah. Oh, no. Yeah.
All right, everyone, welcome to the third episode of the Fantasy and Friends show. We returned all three guests from last week. Alok
What's up?
and Jake.
We're not guests. We're the hosts of the
Sorry,
show.
it's host. Did I say guests?
Yeah, he
You
said
said
guests.
I was thinking Adi, that's why.
You're always thinking Adi.
Yeah, I'll start over.
Oh, no, don't start over.
Oh, it's too late.
Damn it, that was funny.
I will leave it in. Anyway, I'm Daniel, and we're just gonna move on. I don't know. I was thinking of
Hey, you've got Adi on the brain, don't we all?
Yeah, I got. Well, we'll bring him in at some point. Anyway, we'll start with our first guy. So we have a bunch of players that are coming back from injuries soon, and one of the guys you may forget was a top 10 outfielder in the first 3 weeks of the season. That's Mitch Haniger. And here's the weird thing. So he had an oblique injury, right? Just an oblique strain. However, it says now he's got soreness on the opposite side of the original injury. You guys ever heard of that before?
I don't think I have. That's kind of weird.
I haven't
Just,
either.
like, trail to the
Yeah.
other
Anyway,
side.
it's not. So it's not really a setback. It's more just like, yeah, it hops sides of his torso, I guess. Anyway, he should be back next week. What do you guys like Mitch Haniger?
Seems like, I mean, he's his BABIP's pretty high, but I feel
All right,
like
yeah, he's not gonna hit 340 this season.
he's
Obviously,
not gonna
he's like a
hit 340, but I feel like he could still slug like 500 or so, maybe
yeah.
slightly less. Um,
I mean, again, he was a top 10 outfielder the first 3 weeks before he went down with the injury. He gets on base. That's a better lineup than people think.
yeah, and so there's like the opportunity for like where does he hit in the order? I mean, he could
He
get
hits second in the order.
yeah, so you could
He
get
hits in front of Cano, Cruz, and
Cruz.
Seager.
Yeah,
Seager.
yeah, so he's already had 20 runs, and there's only been 21 games that he's played, so that's
Yeah,
pretty
exactly.
impressive.
He was pacing for like 100 runs, 20 home runs, 20 steals,
Yeah,
and then obviously he was out for a month, which is unfortunate. But
yeah, fucking grip. Oh wait,
he could still win Rookie of the Year if he comes back and plays healthy. I'm just worried that he'll come back and lose that momentum because he carried this momentum from spring training as well.
yeah, I mean, the one thing that concerned me a little bit was that like last season wasn't too great, but it seems like he's improved. Um, Things like his swinging strike rate's down, and his BABIP was also a bit like what's the word? Unhelpful last season. So I feel like he's legit. I would take him if I could.
All right. So a couple pitchers coming back from the DL soon. James Paxton and Dallas Keuchel. Jake, are you buying Dallas Keuchel this season?
I don't know about that. Pretty sure he's still a little too shaky after last season. I know he picked it up at the end, but I'm not buying him.
Well, last season looked like an injury, though.
I suppose.
Was it?
I don't think
though?
he's this good. I think he's better.
But
He's more like
even so, if he's still going to be getting over that. I don't think
his
it's
true
safe to
value is
assume that
probably
it's
yeah. His
like
true value is probably closer to that year before he won the Cy Young Award. So
Yeah.
2014.
maybe even less though. I mean, if you're saying it was definitely an injury, there's no reason to say that he's completely over that.
Well, he looks great up until the neck injury that he just got, and he's gonna be. They think he thinks he's gonna be back Saturday against Baltimore. I don't know. I'm not sure why you're so skeptical to buy in on Dallas Keuchel.
Well, we can see what happens.
Yeah, I mean his numbers are pretty identical to that year before he won the Cy Young Award.
Yeah. His strikeout rate's a little higher from then.
Yeah, he's striking out more guys too. Well, I mean his strand rate's a little high too, but
Fair.
that'll normalize.
I mean, yeah, I
His
mean,
hard contact rate is way down as well. So
let me look at that.
I don't know. Another guy you may not be buying in on is James Paxton, and this is a guy that's
Paxton.
always been really good when he's pitching. He's kind of like a mini Rich Hill, because he could just never stay healthy. I mean, he's 28 years old and he's never thrown more than I think like 140 innings
He hasn't thrown. Well, he threw 140 in the minors.
in the majors. Yeah, in the major league.
In the major league, he's thrown at most 121.
120. Yeah,
Yeah,
that was his
that's-
highs.
yeah.
And that was last year.
Yeah, yeah, he is basically a mini Rich Hill, I guess. He also, yeah, I guess one thing to be concerned about him is he hasn't given up a home run yet, which I mean he's
Well, he hasn't given up any runs at all except for four
Well-
of his 6 starts were scoreless.
Yeah, no, I'm saying. Well, I mean, they won't be if he gives up home runs, which
Well,
he
yes,
will at some
I'm
point.
just saying like obviously he's giving up home runs because he's not giving up any runs at all.
Yeah, so like, I mean, he's good. I don't think he's like a 1.43 ERA good, but I mean, his strikeout rate's gone up really high.
It is
Okay.
very high.
Like, yeah, it's
Okay.
Minutes.
Over under on starts this year. 18. How many has he missed so far? I mean,
He's only had 6 so far.
how many has he missed? Okay, so let's see. He's
let's-
missed. He missed 3. Like about 3 starts.
about 3
He's
starts.
missing about a third.
When does he get
This
back?
guy, but he's not going to come back until next. I think he's tracking for next Wednesday.
Yeah, well, that's
So he'll
fine.
miss
He's
he'll
mean-
miss another one.
even on that pace, he would hit 18. But the question is he going to get more injured than he already has?
That's why. Yeah, that's why I throw it at 18. I mean, last year he made 20. Maybe 18 is a bit low. Let's push it up to 20. Does he make more starts than last year?
Let's see. Well, his injury is to his forearm, right? I mean,
I'm not worried about this. I just know he's going to get injured when he goes to dinner tomorrow. That's the problem with James Paxton.
I feel like, I mean, shot in the dark, I feel like it could be a little under 20, just given the fact that, like, I mean, he's striking out more guys. I feel like his pitch count might be a little higher, which could put some strain on his forearm, which is what he injured. So, I'm gonna guess under 20, but just slightly.
All right, Jake.
I'll go slightly over 20 just so we have some controversy.
Oh, man.
I'm
And I
actually gonna
don't
take
know
the
why,
over,
and
too.
I don't care.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the over because I think I've always liked this guy anyway.
Now,
Obviously,
hang on a
the raw
second.
skills are there.
You can't set the over/under and then pick one.
Yeah, I can.
And
That's
also,
a good
you
number.
can't.
I mean, I said it at last year's number.
Yeah, that's
That's
fine.
why. That's.
But
that
you were
was
also
yeah.
you're also trying to set it lower than that. That's pretty fishy.
All right, I'll take the under then.
Go for it.
Well, basically, I want him to make more than 20 starts, but I don't know if he does.
I'm sure the Mariners.
Obviously, with Paxton, you have to be worried that. The previous year he made 13 in the majors and then 13 in the majors. So, again, he's 28 years old. This is not
Well,
this is not Julio Urias.
no, hang on. Last year he made 11 in the minors.
No, I'm talking about major league starts.
Well-
It's different in the minors. They've said that the ball is different in the majors and minors.
Well, sure it is, but I mean, if he stays up all year, you could assume that he's going to make more than 20.
Yeah, but I think
If he
it's
goes
diff-
on
it's
last-
a different
last
stress
year's
than
pace.
the minors and majors. I mean,
Most likely, yeah, that's true. But
it's hard. You can't. It's apples and oranges a bit. Plus, they've done like the ball is like I think it's like it's like it's sewn together tighter in the minors or something.
yeah, sure.
It is a different.
Interesting.
game there.
Today,
Okay, let's move on to yeah, we're talking. Okay, Corey Kluber.
Corey Kluber. I think this guy's a good pitcher.
Well, he's got a 5.06 ERA this year. Why is that?
Not sure.
He's made 6 starts this year. In 3 of them, he's given up 5 or more runs.
I mean,
is that just injury related?
That could just be injury related. Let's see here. His hard contact rate's a lot higher.
Well, his walks per 9 is pretty high as well.
That's true.
It's not horrible, but it's not good.
Because for the most part, this has been a pretty durable pitcher. I mean, over 200 innings the past 3 years. So there shouldn't be any concern here, but there's no a real injury concern here, is there?
Well, I would think if it was an injury concern, his velocity would go down as well. That does not seem to be the case here. It seems to be consistently at 92, same as last season for his fastball. Let's see. His BABIP's fine, his strand rate's fine.
I'm not concerned about Corey Kluber.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure if it's injury related. My guess would be if it was, his velocity would be down, but it's not. So I guess it could just be control issues. But I'm not entirely sure.
All right, I'm going to give you a stat line from April, and you have to guess who it is.
Okay.
All right, and I'll give you hints.
Okay.
So his position.
It's Corey Kluber.
Well, he's he plays multiple positions, or he's eligible in multiple positions.
Sounds Zobrist.
To me.
So here his April line: 250 batting average, 0 home runs, 7 stolen bases, 278 on base, 264 BABIP. Who is that?
Is that
multiple positions?
Multiple positions.
Drafted pretty highly.
Are those multiple positions like all in the infield, or does it mix infield, outfield?
2 infield, 1 outfield.
Oh.
I think Jake knows the answer. He's just not saying it.
Do I? Sounds like he's on my team. I mean, yeah. Oh, okay. Is it Nunez?
Yeah, so it's Eduardo Nunez.
I didn't know.
Really wasn't doing anything.
Full disclosure, I wasn't really listening to the stats.
Yeah, I don't think so. So already through May, he's got a 309 average with 10 RBI, 2 home runs, 5 stolen bases, with a 333 BABIP. So it looks like, is Eduardo Nunez back to last year's form?
I think he could be. He's certainly on a, by this year's standards, he's certainly on a hot streak. I mean, I know this guy's been pretty reliable overall, so I think it's possible that the first month of the season was a bit of a fluke. It's just in a slump.
Yeah, that's also not a great team to be playing on.
That's true.
Yeah, I mean,
they're at the bottom of the league in runs.
Yeah.
But it is nice to see that Nunez is still stealing bases. It just looks like he's not going to hit the power numbers that he hit last year. I mean, he had 16 home runs last year, and he has 2 so far, and they were both in the past couple of weeks. So,
yeah, I guess.
But it is
true.
possible he's a streaky player.
A little bit. He is. I mean, he is getting the run to score it a little bit. He's been doing kind of 1-ish per game recently. So
I don't know how. That's true, but I don't know how that'll sustain given that lineup right now. Like, I know Red and Crawford's like he usually gets a lot of ribbies, but like given how San Francisco's been playing, he's not going to get as many this year, it seems. So I mean, yeah, I don't know how many runs scored Nunez is going to get this year, given how San Francisco's been playing offensively.
It's a fair point.
Okay, another guy that's injured, AJ Pollock, who we kind of had to know was going to be injured at some point this season. Is that correct?
He seems to have a quota.
This guy's pretty close to my heart.
Well,
I held him on the DL all of last year. It was pretty great.
he's a good player when he's a top 20 outfielder when he's playing. It's just he's not going to play too much. Don't you think? I mean,
He played 12
looks like he's going to be out for at least a couple more weeks. I mean, okay, I'll set an over-under for him, and I won't answer this time, all right? For games played. 120.
Under. I'm going under. I'm going solid under.
Actually, I think he's already missed too many
think,
games.
yeah.
Oh, no. No, he's only missed about a week. Never mind.
Well, we haven't
one-
even played 40 games. Have we?
I think we have. We're closer to 50 now.
Okay, fair enough.
All right. Yeah. I think he's how many starts? He's played 37,
Okay.
and he's missed about 1, 2, 3. Yeah, he's missed 10. So he's played 37 of the 47 games so far.
When does he get? Do you know when he gets back?
A couple weeks. So I guess let's set it at 110. Is
Okay.
that more fair?
I
That's
guess-
kind of assuming he plays the rest of the season.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like he could. I mean,
Well, I mean, if he's only out right now and then he plays for the rest of the season, he'll be over, obviously.
Not necessarily, because they weren't even playing him every day to begin with.
It's just
They were
because
sitting him.
yeah.
They were sitting him like once a week anyway because
'Cause
they
of
were
injury
worried he was going
concerns.
to get injured. Yeah, and he still got injured. So,
Well.
I don't. I don't know how to look at that situation. It's an interesting situation. I feel like he's just a kind of a bit annoying to own in a fantasy league because he's kind of that player that you're always worried is going to get injured himself.
like Rich.
And also, you really struggle with dropping him because he is, as you said, a top 20, or he should be a top
Yeah,
20 outfielder.
You can't drop him. Either,
You can't drop him.
That's concerning. All right. Who leads the Nationals in saves for the rest of the season? And there are two right answers.
There are
That
two
all
right
sense.
answers?
That I will accept either of two right answers.
I mean, but the Nationals bullpen. I mean, I don't
Wait, the
even know who's on
Nationals
the-
or
Yeah, the Nationals,
Oh.
Washington Nationals. Who
Ooh,
leads them in saves
like right now, or
for the rest of the season?
Who
rest of
will?
the season.
there are two right answers?
Yeah, I'll accept two right answers. Like it's an either or. It wouldn't be both of them. It'd be this person or this person.
who even
All right, I'll
is
say
that?
I'll say one thing. They named Coda Glover the starter or the closer. Apparently,
My answer is Coda Glover.
Luke.
I don't know many guys on the Nationals bullpen, so I will assume
Who
the
does?
Clover will get the most.
So here are your
saves.
options. You have Blake Trinan, who started the year as the closer, who is just giving up runs every outing. You have Sean Kelly, who can't stay healthy. Matt Albers.
Joe Blanton.
Joe Blanton, who's injured right now. Sammy Solis, who's also injured right now. AJ Cole, who they turned to... Oh, he's a starter. Never mind. But they could move him to the bullpen, conceivably. All right, the right answers that I was accepting were David Robertson or Kelvin Herrera.
Oh, you piece
Well, that's probably right, isn't
yeah,
it?
they're probably gonna buy a closer.
That's such a Nationals thing to do, is to trade for a guy at the deadline. And
They're probably gonna get a closer.
I don't really see the either team keeping Herrera or Robertson.
That's
So I think they make a play for one of those,
That's probably true. They don't.
right?
Yeah.
Like right now, they're just going to keep playing the cat and mouse game with their bullpen, pretending this guy is a closer, and then pretending that, So I don't really want to invest in this bullpen right now. But
Yeah,
I
he
think
had
the
no
guy
idea.
that gets sent to them that they trade for could see his value increase.
Right, I mean, like, this feels like the Nationals bullpen is their biggest weak point. I mean, everyone knows the big names in their lineup and starting rotation. So, I mean, if they get, look, they could be a World Series contender if they get a solid closer like Robertson or Herrera. So,
No, I think Coda Glover could do it. I just think it's such a Nationals thing to do to like, pretend like he can't, and then like they haven't given him the opportunity.
I guess.
Sean Kelly's a good reliever. Blake Trinan's good. I mean, maybe they can't handle the closing duty. I don't know, but it's going to be Herrera or Robertson.
Yeah, I would think that makes sense.
All right, I'm going to give you three options. Okay, for the National League ERA leader. Okay, the
Levi.
National League ERA leader.
Okay.
Your options are Max Scherzer,
Mac.
Clayton Kershaw, or Mike Leake. No, you can't cheat. Don't look him up.
I think I heard
How's
some
it
of
cheating?
those.
We're talking about predicting the future.
No. Who, right
Oh,
now.
right now?
Who leads the NL in ERA?
Oh, I think I read somewhere that it was Mike Leake.
Yeah, it's Mike Leake,
Yeah, that.
who's never been a fantasy superstar, but has turned into it this year. He has a 1.91 ERA, 5 wins. Jake, do you like Mike Leake?
I don't know what to tell you.
I,
I mean, he's looking good this year, that's for sure. But
I don't know if I would buy into him. I think he's better than like last year's Mike Leake.
Well,
but
Well,
I wouldn't turn him down, but I don't think he would. I wouldn't rely on him to be my number one pitcher. So that's
Yeah,
what I'm saying.
I mean, he's doing it this year.
I mean,
But
yeah, I mean he's. I feel like he's better than like the 4.69 ERA Mike Leake from last year. He might even be like
why
the
can't he be 2013 Mike Leake?
2013 3.37.
Yeah, why can't he have a 3.37 ERA?
That seems more reasonable, I guess. Yeah, I mean, his BABIP's really low and his strand rate's higher, but it seems like his FIP
Yeah, but his ground ball
indicates-
rate is the highest of his career.
Why can't he be the
And
2011 AAA Mike Leake, where he pitched one start, I think?
Well, I mean,
No, sorry. He started one game and went out of the bullpen once for an ERA of 9.82 through 7.1 innings.
Yeah, I mean that's possible.
And then they subsequently brought him up.
well, that was the
Or were
Reds.
those- Well, were those...
Actually, he did great that year in the majors.
Yeah, he really did.
Yeah, so there you go.
All that pressure on the minors.
um,
All right, I'll locate Mike Leake.
no, I don't hate Mike Leake. I think he's better than last year's. I feel like he's in between 2013 and 2015 Mike Leake.
I mean, he
Mike
does...
Leake or Irvin Santana.
Probably. I mean, I don't know. Let's pick up. Pull up.
They both lead their respective leagues in ERA, by the way.
Yeah, I realized.
So which veteran guy who's never really shown to be all that exciting, but is exciting all of a sudden, do you prefer?
I probably
Yeah, if both guys are available to you, you only have one spot.
probably Mike Leake.
Really?
I mean, I don't know. Irvin Santana, his BABIP.
I mean, Irvin Santana has been pretty usable for the past few years. No one likes to admit it. But
Quote,
he had
I mean,
3.28 or 3.38 ERA
last year.
Yeah, I
but
mean, but
like
has he really been better than Leake? It's not...
Well,
if
he
you're
was
gonna-
a Cy Young candidate a while ago.
When was that?
2013,
2008. Yeah.
2008?
Oh,
What?
well,
2008. He was sixth in the Cy Young voting.
Not last
Why?
year or 2 years ago or whatever.
2008?
Yeah.
He had a
2008.
3.49 ERA.
Yeah, that's
was-
usable. He had 214
that's-
strikeouts too.
That is
That
a
was a
lot.
different time.
That's a lot, but is that really Cy Young worthy? It's kind of...
He was sixth in the Cy Young voting. I'm looking at it right now.
I mean, I guess a 3.49 in 2008. Like, I guess some guys. I guess it's post-steroid era,
I
but I
mean, here are
guess
the past 4 years:
ERAs.
324, 395, 4, 338. Obviously, he's not gonna have a
No,
180.
I know,
Why
but if
can't he have
you're
a low
sure,
Like,
but if
3s
you're
ERA?
bringing the previous years in and asking Leak versus Santana, Leak has better numbers in the past year.
Well, Santana has like 5 more years on league. So
Well, that's true, but still, and also,
the past 4 years, they've been pretty comparable. That's why I'm asking, who would you
well,
prefer? I'd probably take league too.
I
I think
would
the
take
league
Leak.
setting helps him too.
Santana has a 90, almost a 92% left on base percentage,
Oh well,
strand
they
rate.
both have high strand rates.
Well, yeah, but
well, but
Santana's
like
is
They're
higher.
both getting really
92.
lucky with BABIP and strand rate, but I mean
Also,
Santana keeps doing it.
Santana's
Like he
has
keeps,
been generally lower. This is a huge spike for him.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
All right, so you're all taking league. We're all taking league.
yeah,
I think we're all in agreement. We're just
just. I mean, it makes it more exciting if we like sound like we're arguing. So
yeah. There you go.
yeah,
I mean Santana just threw a 2-hit shutout against the Orioles in Baltimore.
really, that's okay. I
I
mean,
mean, I'll take Jeremy Hellickson. It's my pick.
All right, moving on. I have 3 weekend matchups I would ask you guys, and so pick your favorite, okay?
Hmm.
You're streaming one of these guys. So you have Scott Feldman at Philadelphia. You have Kendall Graveman against the Yankees in Yankee Stadium, and Mike Fultonevich at the Giants.
Uh, I mean, the first thing that comes to mind is Kendall Graveman in New York sounds pretty risky. Just given the New York offense this season, especially at home.
Yeah.
I mean, last I checked, they seem to be pretty near the top in the AL for like most offensive categories, and that home park isn't very fun. But I guess neither is Camden Yards. Either way, I feel like that could be a pretty risky matchup.
Yeah, I don't really like Kendall Graveman in general. I mean, I'm sure he's a
That
great
too,
guy,
I
but
mean.
for fantasy purposes,
Yeah, I mean, like he seems like
I don't know him personally. But
he seems like a nice guy. I mean, like
he's a,
can't
he's one of the best ground ball pitchers in the league, so that's what he has going for him. But he's never been a huge strikeout guy, which kind of limits his fantasy potential. Now Scott Feldman, before his past start, so not including his most recent start, when he walks one batter or none, he has a .93 ERA. When he walks 2 or more, he has an 8.86 ERA. All right.
ooh, that's a difference.
So, which Scott Feldman do we see against the Phillies on Saturday?
Well, I mean, Jake probably knows the Phillies the best, but I'm
Well,
guessing
what I can tell you is the Phillies don't walk.
they don't walk.
No, they have. I mean, it's a
Can
bunch
you
of young guys.
confirm that?
I can't confirm that. I'm just going based on. I mean, I can look it
Well,
up.
I mean, yeah, it's not that hard to look up. You just go to.
Hmm.
So, the Phillies rank. Yeah, they rank 24th in walks.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's
See,
something.
it's a bunch of young guys, not really any plate discipline. So
Well,
yeah,
yeah.
that's accurate. That's not gonna do it, but that'll help Feldman a little bit. Still,
Well,
if he wants to come out
last
there
time
and
he
what?
yeah.
I was just gonna say, if he wants to come out there and walk everybody, he's still gonna do that. But you know,
So he pitched against the Phillies in his first start, 4.2 innings, 7 hits, 3 runs, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts.
it's
And
not
a
horrible.
loss. Which isn't horrible, but that was part of his 2 or more walk starts.
That was a first start of the year.
Yeah, but it's against the Phillies.
Sure, but I mean, first start of the year.
All right, what about Mike Fultonevich against the Giants?
I kind of like that. Well, I'm not sure.
I don't know. I feel like. Wait. I mean, the Giants are definitely, like, sort of in a rut this season offensively.
Yeah.
Especially, like, I mean, AT&T Park's not even. That doesn't really help.
Well,
And-
AT&T Park, yeah, it limits lefty power,
Right,
which
and
is going to help
which is
Fultonevich.
because he's a righty, yeah. But yeah, I mean, I guess I would take him against San Fran. given
Fultonevich has given up 3 or more runs just twice this season.
yeah, and those were against
Toronto and St. Louis. Well, the Toronto game was perfectly fine. It was 3 runs in 6 innings, but his one bad game was really St. Louis.
Yeah, I feel like I would take Fultonevich against San Fran in San Fran.
Okay.
I'll take Feldman.
I'd probably lean Fultonevich. I think he's safer than Feldman. Just like I gave you the stats earlier on Feldman, it's just he could blow up, and he's never been a huge fantasy guy since like 10 years ago.
I feel like they both could do well, but I guess I would lean Fultonevich as well. But I can see Feldman doing fine.
But I think we're all pretty much against Graveman, right?
Oh yeah, because the Yankees are like the best team ever. So
That's exactly.
Yeah, but
what
I mean,
was
he is a
gonna say.
ground ball pitcher, which helps him, I guess, in that stadium.
yeah, but it's still like
Like this is not like Mike Fiers going into New York, who's given up the most home runs
Fair,
in the
but-
majors.
fair, but it's still like I mean, between those 3 teams, the Phillies, the Yankees, and San Francisco, there's a pretty big discrepancy in offensive power or offensive, I guess, capabilities between San Fran, Philly, and the Yankees at this point of the season.
Yeah, I'm just playing devil's advocate with Graveman because in general he's been fine this season. I know he got injured for a bit, but he's been usable for the most part this season. All right, so we'll transition a bit to a movie that I got to see last week at an advanced screening. I'm pretty sure it was just like the second time it's ever been shown. I think it was shown at a festival one time, and this was the next time it was shown. And that's Baby Driver, and I think it was shown because it was filmed and it's set in Atlanta, so I guess they were trying to get the Atlanta buzz.
Ooh.
But anyway, everyone's probably wondering what this movie is. I know you guys were asking me like, what the hell is this, right?
Yeah, I mean, like what?
I thought
It's
it was
basically-
like
it's
a
an action-
combination. It was like Boss Baby or whatever, but just starring Minnie Driver.
No,
I'm
no,
not even
it's-
joking.
it's-
That's pretty much what I thought it was.
It's an action comedy. It's by Edgar Wright, who did obviously Hot Fuzz, Shaun of the Dead, The World's End. This movie's better than all those movies. It stars Ansel Elgort, who you may remember from The Fault in Our Stars. He's a completely different character in this one. He's a getaway driver who serves under Kevin Spacey, who's kind of like the crime boss. But he wants to get out of it. He's really not feeling it. They hint at kind of he's only doing it because Kevin Spacey has something over him. And so he wants to get out of it, and what helps push him over that edge is, of course, he meets a girl, and they want to run away together, and then things happen, right? And it's really well done. The stunt work and the action sequences are probably some of the best I've ever seen, especially the car chases, if you can imagine, with Edgar Wright's style. It's all set in Atlanta. There's a shot of Goodfellas, actually, because he has to
Ooh.
work at Goodfellas for like a scene.
Oh my God,
So you
we're
get to see
famous. We're famous.
And you can actually tell, I mean, the Atlanta Police Department, it's very Atlanta, but it's not restricted to Atlanta. Kevin Spacey's great. John Hamm is great in it. Jamie Foxx plays himself, but it's awesome anyway. It's definitely something you want to see. I think it comes out on June 28th, so that's in about a month. Don't miss this one because I think it's just going to kind of get swept under the rug underneath all the big other movies, but it's really one. Again, the stunt work and the action sequences. I think there's 3 chase sequences, and they're all awesome. And of course, he has to. So his thing is he was in an accident when he was younger, so he has to listen to music constantly the whole time. So he's always got headphones in, and they play with that a bit. And there's plenty of good songs that you may recognize in the movie.
Mm.
You guys have any questions about it, or?
Sounds like it could be a good movie.
Is Minnie Driver
No,
good?
it is. Yeah, it's pretty good.
No,
It
is-
premiered at South by Southwest.
Does Minnie
think it has
Driver do a good job?
Huh?
Does Minnie Driver do a good job?
It's Baby Driver, not Baby.
No, I like the actress.
Who? What?
I'm still under the assumption that it's the animated movie Boss Baby with
No,
Minnie
it's
Driver.
really good. Trust me. It's, okay, he's actually. It's like I said. It's some of the best car chases that I've
Oh.
ever seen, and they're not. It's not like a bunch of shaky cam. Like they really do a good job of showing you how amazing this guy is. He's how amazing this guy is as a getaway driver. Anyway, make sure you check it out. Don't miss this one. It's kind of under the veil of like The Nice Guys, where it's that independent action comedy that gets overshadowed by everything. But it really is a fun movie. I don't know, when I went to the premiere, I mean, everyone was having a good time. There was that typical like woman behind me who's you know what I'm talking about, like where she has that loud, annoying laugh. But like, and at first I was like, oh gosh, this is gonna get annoying. But it actually went with the, she was actually laughing at the right things, and so it actually enhanced the experience for me. So it was like halfway through, I was like, all right, this is kind of okay.
Kickles.
Yeah, I think it's rated R, so don't bring small children, even though there was a baby behind me.
No bringing a Loke.
Yeah, although
Hey,
you probably
now.
can't go.
What?
There's a couple bad words. The violence gets a little out. There's it's not like over the top in violence, but there's some bloody scenes. Obviously, since it's a getaway driver, you get some car crashes and things like that. But definitely check it out. If that's everything, then we'll wrap this show up. All right, thanks guys, and
You're
see you next
welcome.
week.
You're welcome. I try.
I was thanking the listeners, but you guys, thank you too.
Thank you, Daniel.
All right, bye.